So for the past 2 videos I've been using a secret camera. First I wanted to make a video and not say anything and see if anybody noticed it. Not one person said anything. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This thing is like $7,000 I think. Nobody. I was like, yeah, thanks for making me laugh, monkey. You're a clown, make me laugh, clown. I thought the difference was pretty shocking. Like I was in focus for the first time in our lives. It was pretty good. And then, so I made another video and said, I teased it. I was like, this is a new camera, oh my god. And I asked you guys to guess down below. Not one person got it right. So we're gonna talk about what it is, and then we'll talk about stuff. I'm on a mountain. So it's kind of funny, I asked you guys to guess, and there was a lot of good guesses, a lot of logical decision making. What's on my hand? I just noticed it. It's leprosy. That sucks. Why do I put my hands on things? I'm dirty. So where you guys first faltered, you fell for the oldest trick in the book. You fell for me looking at the fully articulating screen that wasn't even there. I was talking about a fully articulating screen, and then I looked down at where it should be. It should have been there, but there was no fully articulating screen. So a lot of people base their choice on that. It's like, okay, wide angle lens there, M50, because you talked about the autofocus, the dual pixel autofocus. Okay, stabilization looked good. Does have internal stabilization. There was probably a good 40 guesses, and nobody was even close. Because you wouldn't expect me to have this camera. It's not one I've talked about. It's not one most people would get for a video. But I met somebody here, and he's this photographer, so he's all into cameras. And my goodness, does he have a little collection of cameras. It's so exciting. I'm so excited. It's like a kid in a candy store. And he has all these cameras. He has 3 full frame cameras, and like the best lenses you can get for them. Things are biting me. So, the camera I was testing, the Sony A9. Who would have ever guessed that? It's like, it's not on my radar. It's the most expensive, and for video, pretty much the A7 III, same thing. It's like you're not really getting much more for the thousands of dollars increase. So that video was shot Sony A9 with the 16-35 f2.8 lens. My god, what a sweet lens that is. The first video I made, I filmed at f2.8, and then the second video I made, I filmed at f4 to see what it would be like if I had bought the 16-35 f4 stabilized lens, just to see if I could still get some blurry background, and it was noticeably less blurry. How dare you? But I like that 16-35 because you can get the wide angle with the 16 and background slightly blurry. Not that it really matters with the wide angle, but it's a cool look. I like the wide angle look where it's just everything's there. You feel like you're close up just like this, and it's fantastic. And then you can zoom into 35, and a 35 2.8 actually blurs the background right out if you want that look. So like you have the best of both worlds, but it's heavy as shit. It's heavy as shit. It's 1,300 plus grams that setup weighed. That's a nightmare. This is 114 grams, and it's more stable. So we're gonna review that camera, and I'm gonna pit it against the G85 and see what can my G85 with the f0.95 lens do compared to that. And he also has the 24-70 G Master 2.8 and the 85 1.4 I think, or 1.8. So we'll test all 3 of those lenses, and maybe the Leica Q as well. He let me borrow that. That was fun. Not good for vlogging though. He also has the Sony A7R Mark III, so maybe we'll test that as well. But so far from what I've seen, we ran into some problems. It was working phenomenally at first. The autofocus was getting me. It was annoying as shit not having that flip out screen. I was like, okay, we can do this. I put it behind a mirror at first, and I was like peeking behind it. I could kind of see, and then I figured we can hook it up to my cell phone, and it does still track my face. So that does work. That is cool. So that would pretty much solve everything for the at-home videos. There's two problems with that camera that I've noticed so far, and we will dive deep when we review the camera to see if we can fix them. But one, the stabilization isn't great. I don't love it. Just the in-body stabilization alone with a heavy-ass lens, and that's not stabilized, it didn't look good. I like this better. And we will compare this as well, because this is the same. This is a 17mm, that's a 16. So we'll get it. We'll put this on top of the camera and see if there's actually much of a difference. I'm curious, because in good light, this might even look better. It might outperform the Sony A9. It might. It really might. I think it will in most cases, except low light. That's an ocean. That's an ocean. That's a pig. I have never seen a pig. Oh my god. That's just a random ass pig in the street. What's he doing? Where'd he come from? Oh my god. That's living bacon. That's living bacon. He's gonna go to the beach. He's a beach pig. That's hilarious. So stabilization wasn't that great, and the autofocus tripped up. I was making a video, handheld, just seeing what it would behave like, and it was phenomenal at first, and then I don't know what happened, but I got blurry all of a sudden, and I looked in the mirror. I was completely blurry, and it lost tracking of my face. The box was around my face, following me, but it stopped working. So I have no idea what happened, but that's like really annoying. That could ruin a video. If my standards were higher, it's like nobody probably cared. They don't really give a shit, but I tell you, that could be a problem. All I can think about is that pig. Hey, piggy. It's like a wild hog. Is that a boar? He's deciding on whether or not to attack that woman on the motorcycle. It's a stare down. It's a Thailand stare down. Oh, this guy's coming to save her life. Oh, no. He's just gonna go to the grocery store. You're on your own, young lady. That's unfortunate. So honestly, I gotta tell you, not having that flip out screen was a serious pain in the ass. Even though I can hook my phone up to it, it does take time and it is laggy. And doing it out in the public, when you want to make a vlog or something, like you have 20 different clips, connecting a Wi-Fi phone every time, that would be a pain in the ass. But even at home, it was like, damn it, I wish I could see myself. Because there was a couple times where my head was too high, too much room in the frame, and other times it was like cut off. Can't cut off the hair halfway. But now that I've got a taste of a full frame camera with that 16 to 35 range, slightly blurry background, and good autofocus, which it seemed good for at least a little bit. While it was working, it was like phenomenal. I could move, it would follow me, it wouldn't hunt. If I stayed, it wouldn't be like pulsing in the background. That is phenomenal, and I want it in my life. Panasonic, at least right now, Micro Four Thirds is dead to me. I will sell it as soon as possible. Even that new lens, the 10 to 25mm coming out sometime soon, that would be a perfect lens. But what's gonna focus? The G9, will that actually focus? I'll have to see. G9 with that, maybe. But having a camera with good autofocus gives me so much more freedom just in the shots, and I can move the camera mid-shot and just like change up the angles as we speak. I think it's interesting to just change the background a bit. If I just sat here for the whole video and it was just this the whole time, you'd get bored eventually. So I switched to the left. Wow, this is so different. So much better. So we'll see. I'll even keep my mind open to that Canon R. If they come out with a wide-angle lens, maybe their autofocus isn't so bad. Maybe people are just giving it too challenging a situation. Like Jordan's video out in trees and nature. Yeah, somebody left a comment saying that's a tough situation. It's like, yeah, probably me sitting in my house. Things are biting me. You can probably keep up with me sitting in a chair, leaning sometimes. Even that Nikon Z6, I'm starting to see some reviews of the autofocus and it looks pretty phenomenal. So depends on the settings and your skill and what you're filming. And I bet you that we have to wait. Their only wide-angle lens on the outlook is the 20mm f1.8. That could be phenomenal, but I like that zoom. That 16 to 35 is magical, and I want one in my life. So I got a taste of the Sony glory, and we're going for it. We're going for gold. So who knows? We'll see what's being announced soon in the next coming months, like we have been doing for the last several months, waiting like chipmunks on a tree. And if nothing happens, I just go for that Sony a7 III probably, or the Canon R, or the Nikon Z Loser 7, or the Panasonic S1. So I think we're done here for today. Thanks for watching the video. Consider giving it a thumbs up if you liked it. Sorry I wasn't wearing a shirt. It's too hot. It's Thailand. It's too hot for clothes here, so mountain. Say goodnight. We're done. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.